Crispin a rabid murderer. I'm here to back him up and dispute that completely. And here's why. Let me explain myself. Now, personally, in my personal belief, I believe that Crispin had no ill intentions towards his family ever. Now, why do I say that when it's slightly been proven that he committed a double murder, suicide? Well, let's look back at Crispin career. Crispin had grown up in a generation of wrestlers that you didn't take days off or you didn't get paid. You busted your ass day in and day out, or you didn't get paid, or if you quit because of an injury, you didn't get put back on the card. You had to fight your way back. It didn't matter if you were on the top of the card or not. You lost your position. And we all know that Crispin dedicated his life to the wrestling business, and I doubt he ever wanted to take a day off. So no wonder he didn't report any concussions, because he didn't want to fight his way back to the top. Now, does that justify what the actions he supposedly did? No, but I blame the powers that be for this whole incident, and here's why. Vince McMahon has been known to push his athletes to the limit with a certain image of big muscles, the whole persona of steroids and everything like that. So it kind of causes a lot of secrecy between your talent and your management positions. So if Crispin was really, really, really struggling with like mental health or any sort of like mental problems as far as your brain, that he didn't want to go get checked out, even if he knew that there was problems, going on in his head, he probably didn't want to like screw his chances up on the card and say, well, I need to take a month or two off to get diagnosed and figure out what is going on. Because in Vince McMahon's world, if you're not making him money, you're not a play. You're not a play. You're not viable to the operation of the world wrestling entertainment business. And it's just really sad, because I believe that due to the fact that Chris Benoit wrestled so many years with so many undiagnosed concussions and just put his body to the absolute breaking point, as well as losing one of his best friends, Eddie Guerrero, in the mixture of all this, I think it really put a damper on his mental health and really damaged his brain. I mean, when they did his autopsy, he had a brain of a 70-year-old man, and he was only 40 years old. That is the same age as my dad almost. And they said that he was the equivalent of a 70-year-old man. And who do I blame for all this stuff that happened back in 2007? Like I said, I blame Vincent Kennedy McMahon. Yes, I do. I believe that if he had a lot less stricter of a policy back in the day, now it's a little bit different. They take a little bit better care of their athletes. But back in the day, and I personally feel like they didn't allow their talent to really be open with them. And that's why I really do blame Vincent Kennedy McMahon for their whole situation with the Chris Benoit, the Chris Benoit family. This shit didn't have to happen. I think personally, and this is my personal opinion, so if you want to debate me in the comments, go ahead and do so, because I would love to hear your thoughts. Either he was murdered by somebody, which has never been really proven, and I don't really believe that, but there's so many people, even Hornswoggle went on record and said, I don't believe that he killed his family intentionally. Now, that's a good point. I believe, honestly, through so many years of wrestling with undiagnosed concussions and just really putting his body to the breaking point, I feel like he lost his mind. He had no idea what he was doing. I believe it. I really do. I think he did. I mean, he could have went crazy. So what if he was texting somebody on the phone? He was texting Chavo Guerrero, telling him that he was late for the show and he wouldn't be there because Nancy and Daniel had food poisoning. Yeah, he was cohesive enough to send a text message, but I think his brain was fucked up. And honestly, that is my honest opinion. I think he went absolute crazy and snapped and had no idea and disassociated on what he was doing completely.